Is now really a good time to buy a house, or is that just all talk? Hello, I'm David Black. My wife Colleen and I are realtors here on the eastern shore of Mobile Bay on Alabama's Gulf Coast. I sometimes hear people say, I'm not going to buy a house right now until the market stabilizes and interest rates come back down. While none of us have a crystal ball to know what the market or rates will be like in the future, there's a pretty convincing argument that now really is a good time to buy. KC Haririan has over 18 years experience as a residential mortgage lender. He helps people buy all kinds of properties, conventional homes, beach condos, investment properties, you name it. He works with individuals with families, law enforcement, doctors, active retired military, and more. KC says if you look at a broad picture of the real estate market, this really is a good time to buy. And if you are concerned about high interest rates, KC has strategies that you can follow to lower your monthly payments and keep more cash in your pocket.
So a lot of people, especially consumers, home buyers who went through the 2008, 2009 housing meltdown, are almost terrified to buy a house right now, because they don't know what the values are going to do and everything.
Right.
Why would you say it really is a good time to buy a home right now?
My answer has never changed. I'm always going to tell you now is a good time to buy a house. Regardless of what the rates are doing, regardless of what the market is doing, regardless of the economy, because it's economics 101. It's a supply and demand. As long as there is not enough supply to meet the demand, there's going to be a rise and an appreciation in prices. So if you look at the numbers, a healthy market is 6 months worth of supply or inventory. And now for the last few years, we've been less than 2 months of supply.
Definitely a seller's market.
It is a seller's market. Builders can only build as fast as they can. There's only so much real estate out there that they can build on. And current owners that have a house that may consider selling, they probably have a good interest rate that they don't want to give up. So it's a challenging time in our industry, but as long as there is a shortage of houses, it's almost guaranteed that home values will continue to go up. So even if you think houses are overpriced today, I'm willing to bet that if you buy a house now, I'm not even talking about the interest rate. That's just another conversation. But if you buy a house and you just live there for 2 years, I can almost guarantee that you will make a profit because this shortage is going to continue.
So at some point, do you feel like the average consumer is going to be priced out of a house to even ever be able to afford it?
Every day that they wait, they're going to be pushed out of the market even further. So the sooner they buy and go ahead and just accept the fact that this is going to be a good investment because my house will appreciate, now is a good time to buy. And the longer you wait, the worse it's going to get. And if you're worried about the interest rates fluctuate all the time. It's been, if you look at the history of interest rates, or going back to the 1970s where they started keeping up with it, average interest rate is 7.7%. So if you look at it from a big picture, we're actually below average right now. But unfortunately, when people are used to the 3 and the 2s that we've had for the last couple of years, 7%, 6% interest rate seems high.
Well, interest rates were low, artificially low, I would even say, for many years. So a lot of people who are in the market now, it's always been low. It's like
that's all they know.
They don't know any different.
Right.
And so you only have to, if you look back into the early 70s or early 80s when they were like 16%.
Double digit, yes.
It's just that's mind-boggling that they could have ever been that high. So if you look at it, so the people who lived through that market think 7% isn't that bad.
And if you notice back in the day when the rates were so high, a lot of home buyers, what they did was they buy, they did a buy down, or they bought the rate down.
How does that work?
So what happens is when you are, let's say the going rate is 7% right now, and you're not happy with that, or you don't think you can afford it, by paying extra towards the buy down of the rate, and typically every 1% of the loan amount buys you about 1/4% on the rate. So if you're borrowing, just to keep it simple, borrowing $100,000, if you pay $1,000 extra, you get 1/4% improvement on your interest rate. Now, you can kind of
So it's kind of like prepaid interest.
It is like prepaid interest, but if it helps your cash flow and you have the funds to buy the rate down,
Right.
and you can sleep at night better, and if you have the peace of mind because you know that you have an affordable rate, that you're just not going to be, financially obligated to pay a higher payment, higher rate, you can buy the rate down and have that rate fixed, or you can have a temporary buy down. There's so many options. You can do a 3-2-1 buy down. You can do a 2-1 buy down.
So it seems like that the loan process is almost as unique as each individual.
It's very customizable, yes.
So if someone doesn't even know where to begin, I guess the first step would be just maybe call you and talk to you, and you find out what is their current situation.
Right.
And then you can kind of guide them and help them along the path to what's going to be the best scenario to accomplish their goal. If someone wanted to contact you, how would they contact you?
They can always reach me on my cell phone, and that number is 205-999-1386. I have my cell phone with me 24/7. I'm up till probably 10 o'clock at night. I work nights, weekends, so I'm available that way. Or they can send me a text or email. My email is kcteam@uhm.com, because I have a team of colleagues that we help each other out, and if someone is out of town or have a sick child at home, we step in and we make sure that that phone or that email is answered in a timely manner.
Nice.
So that email goes to 3 different people.
Wow.
And whoever gets to it first will answer and address the issue or the question. And most of our clients actually do an application online. The link is just www.uhm.com/KC Haririan. And you can go online and apply online, and by the time you finish your application, within minutes we'll have your information, and we'll do a credit check, and we can in most cases have a pre-approval letter to you within an hour from that.
That's fantastic.
Yes. So there is a difference between working with someone that's not just banker's hours, and someone that lives, eats, and breathes mortgages, and that's what we do.
If you talk with KC, there is no cost and no obligation. And it's the same way when talking with us about listing your home or buying a property. We hope you found this information useful. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. We will be more than happy to help. I'm David Black. Thank you for watching, and peace be with you.